Hi, welcome back to OD YouTube channel. Today's video will be quite long because I will talk about the pens that I have inked for the month of April. So, there are a lot of pens, some come from the last month, some other are just being inked recently. So, this will be quite a long video. I hope you liked it. I hope you like it. If you don't like these kind of long videos, please, maybe you can choose some other video because I'm not going to do any pen review. I'm just showing you the pens that I have, the inks, and just write the name of the pen and the ink. So, let's start with pen number 1. And pen number 1 is one of my most important pens in my collection. It is a replica of a Parker Dufold made in the USA, a replica from a Parker's Senior Dufold from 1930s or 20s, and it is a modern one made in the USA in solid copper. Very beautiful pen, in my opinion. That's why I ordered it. So this is the replica of Parker Senior Duofold in copper by Chris Thompson. This is the man who made this. It has inside an ink that I really like, which is the Parker Quink Black, and it has a fine nib. It used to have a needle point, but I recently changed the nib for a fine. Now, let's go to another pen that I really like and I already reviewed. I already reviewed that replica. This I reviewed very recently, and this is the Parker 100. So, Parker 100 Smoke Bronze, and it has inside the diamine ink vent calendar roasted chestnut with a fine nib. This is also a gorgeous pen and it writes really well. And I also like this brown ink. I like brown inks. Then we'll go to a pen that it's clearly an everyday carry pen. It's not that beautiful. It is the Parker 25. It narrows down here on the barrel very strangely, but when you post it, it posts beautifully. And this is the Parker 25 blue, and I say it's blue. I know it's all made of steel, but it's blue because this is blue and the logo there is blue and the top is blue, with just an ink mix, something that I do sometimes, and it has a medium nib. And now let's go for another Parker made of steel, and this is the Parker Arrow, which is an interesting, simple model. Parker Arrow steel. It was made in some other finishes, and it has inside an ink that I really like, which is called Sailor Gentle Sutton. And the nib, it's not written here, but I guess it is a fine. The next pen is the one with a strange nib, very slim with that strange nib. I have to make the review of this one because I didn't yet. It is a Parker 180 steel with Montegrappa Turquoise and this one has an M nib. And let me put this a little bit up there to keep showing you the pens. Now we have this pen that I already reviewed, and this is the Parker Frontier metallic gray with Parker Quink green, and let's call it vintage, because this was a discussion I had when I found out that there are two versions of the Parker Quink, one more vintage and one more modern, both discontinued by now. The next pen is the same pen but with a different finish, and this one is the Parker Frontier Duotone. And all the pens, this noise that you heard was all the pens that you see on the thumbnail of this video. They just fell down to their sides. So now my table is a mess, but you don't see that, so there's no problem. So Duotone, green and black, but don't worry, because I can assure you all the pens are okay. They just fell asleep. Gray and black, and the ink they have inside is the Parker Quink green, and let's call it modern. And you may see this is also an F nib, although it's wetter, but I don't know if it's the nib or the ink. You can clearly see that both these two inks are really different from each other. And now let's see the next one. Now we change brands and we go to another brand that I really love a lot, as you all know by now. And the next pen is, I hope this is still on focus, the next pen is this little thing that is called the Kaweco Lilliput Copper, which is a very small pen that I really enjoy. And so Kaweco Lilliput Copper, and inside it has another ink mix, and it has a fine nib. This is a great pen that can stand long periods of time closed, kept, unused, and it still writes perfectly the next time. So this pen has a very good seal there on the cap. The next one is a pen that I carry every day in my pocket. It is one of the pens that I've been using the least right now, because I always carry these on my pocket when I'm out of home, but now because we are in these stay-at-home times, I don't use this pen in my pocket every day. So this is let me show the pen to you like that. This is the Kaweco. That's why it is unused and the ink thickens up. Kaweco Al Sport Stonewashed Blue, and inside it also has an ink mix. And I think I need to flush this pen because I feel that this ink mix is getting a little too thick on the pen, and you can even see there that it's quite dirty on the base of the nib. So I'm afraid this may bring some trouble to the ink flow. And now let's go to a very special pen, and that's the name of it. It is called the Kaweco Special, but this is the vintage version of the Kaweco Special. It is a very beautiful pen. I will review it very soon. I already recorded the review, so I will post it soon. It is a beautiful pen. I really love it. It's a pen from the 1930s, and it is a great pen, although it's quite dry when you start writing with it. So this is the Kaweco Special. It has some feedback, let's call it vintage. And it also has my safe ink, which is the Parker Quink Black. And this nib is a fine nib, although it looks even finer than fine, but it has this very nice thing. Great. I love this pen. Now, we jump from this pen to a quite modern one, also a Kaweco, and this is the Kaweco Art Sport Metallic Green. This has a very beautiful finish. I'll need to review it, and I will show it to you next to the light. It's a very beautiful finish. This is a modern version of the Kaweco Sport. Kaweco Art Sport Metallic Green with, let me check the name of the ink. This one has the diamine ink vent calendar ink called Mistletoe. Okay, and we'll stay with Kaweco, and let's go for the most recent Kaweco pen around, as far as I am aware of, which is this Kaweco Sport Coral by Fontoplumo. This is a special edition made by Fontoplumo, which is a store in the Netherlands, and they made this beautiful pen. It is a special and exclusive edition for them. And I forgot here, this is F nib. This is also an F nib. This is the Kaweco Sport Coral. This one has gold trim by Fontoplumo, and it has the ink KWZ or Queasy, but I don't get used to Queasy. I always say KWZ Monarch, also an ink that is a special edition for Fontoplumo. And this one also has the F nib, because I prefer fine nibs almost every time. Now, we are keeping with Kaweco, and we go to a more inexpensive plastic one. And this one is the Kaweco Perkeo, and the name of this color is Retro Block. The ink inside is the Mont Blanc William Shakespeare Velvet Red, and the size of the nib is also an F. Quite bright pen made for school use, I would say. Then we'll go to another Kaweco, lots of Kaweco this month, another metal one, and this is the Kaweco AL Sport, and this color is the grey or anthracite, it's also called like that, with the diamine ink vent calendar solstice, which is the favorite color of this calendar in my opinion. And you can check the review of this ink also here on the channel. I don't have many ink reviews, but I reviewed every color of the ink vent calendar. Now we'll go to the Kaweco Skyline Sport Turquoise, transparent turquoise. This is a special edition made by Gold Spot pens, and also a nice, interesting color. So this is the Kaweco Skyline Sport transparent turquoise with Kaweco palm green, and this one is also an F nib. I know I don't have many exciting nibs. Maybe I have one or two here today that I will show you in a moment. Then let me check my list because I can get a little bit lost. We'll go to another Kaweco. This is another model. This is the Dia 2, which is a more classic looking pen. And the Kaweco Dia 2 with chrome trim has inside the Kaweco pearl black, and this one is also an F nib. And let's go for the last two Kawecos. This one is a Kaweco Sport Blush Pitaya, a very bright and happy color. Kaweco Frosted Sport Blush Pitaya with Divine Design Pink with an F nib. I think this color really matches the color of the pen. And finally, for the Kaweco, we will have this one. It is yellow, banana. So this is the Kaweco Frosted Sport Sweet Banana with Mont Blanc Lucky Orange. And this pen also has the F nib that I mostly use, and I was getting out of camera, sorry. Now let's see the next pen. And the next one is one of my favorite pens ever, I would say. I really like this one. This is a Nettuno pen from the Maiora pen company in Italy. And my special thoughts are going to Italy right now because they are through a very hard phase. And this is the Nettuno 1911 Black Sands. And it has inside the Waterman Violet, although I put this ink inside before I cleaned properly the pen, so it looks a little bit darker because it has still a mix, but this nib is great. I really like the writing of this nib, and I really enjoy the way this pen performs on paper. As I told before, this pen reminds me of a vintage pen writing, so it's a very special feeling. Now let's go to a very small pen, which is this one. Let's uncap it, post it, very small, with a yellow space shuttle there. And this is the Ving Sung 60 with the ink Aero Black, although it's brown because it changed color, I don't know why. And I would say this is a fine nib, and this is a very funny and writing with very good writing pen. I'll have to review it also soon. Next we go to the pen that sometimes I give as an example of a very well made and finished and made with lot of care. This is the Perkeo Bonita, and if you go and check the Perkeo website, you will be able to see there many pens and with many exciting finishes. This one is just ebonite, plain black ebonite. So this is the Perkeo Bonita, oversize black with Mont Blanc Leo Tolstoy. This is an ink that it's no longer available, and it is a special edition by Mont Blanc. Next, we will need to find here, in this mess of pens, this one. This is a Caras Customs K, and which ink it has, this marvelous ink, like this dark blood ink, I don't know. It's just an ink mix of several inks. And the nib on this pen is abroad. It has a Delrin material barrel and this aluminum cap. This is a very beautiful pen. And we go from the United States with Caras to Germany with this Diplomat. And this pen is the Diplomat Magnum burnt red, and this pen looks very light and it has almost a cheap feeling, but it writes so well. It's so well made, it's hard to explain. And it has inside the Kaweco caramel brown, which is also a color that I like because it is a very dark brown. And the nib size is an M. And our list is very, very big. We are going from Diplomat to Twisby. This is also a pen that I reviewed very recently. And this is the Twisby Echo T Blue with Sheaffer Script Turquoise. I don't get used to italic nibs, so it's or stub nibs, it's strange for me to use them. And this one has a 1.1 stub. And the last one for this page will be an Italian pen again. Where are you? Here, I found it. And it's this, let me show it to you, beautiful Aurora 88 dual card. It's grey with a burgundy section with a very short cap. It's an interesting pen. This is the Aurora 88 duo card with platinum black, and the size of the nib I don't really know which is, because this one is quite flexible, so I would say it is a fine, but then it goes very, very broad. And let's go to the next page. And here in next page we will start with a Chinese pen, and this is the one. I don't really know which color is this, like a mustard, and it is also a hooded nib, like the Aurora. And this one is, I don't know if it has a model name, I didn't find. It is a Natami, and let's call it hooded, and let's call it mustard yellow. I don't know if this is the official name. And it has inside one of my favorite inks, which is Parker Quink Brown. A vintage ink, already discontinued, and I would say the nib in this pen is an F nib. Now, we will move on to another beautiful pen. This is the Sheaffer Legacy II. Very beautiful pen that has been re-released by Sheaffer recently, so that's a nice thing. It is the Sheaffer Legacy. This pen is so nice on the paper. It's so hard to describe. Too, with, and the name of this ink is Diamine Inkvent Calendar. Happy Holidays. And the nib on this pen, I guess it is an F, but I didn't find any markings to say the size of the nib. And now, from the Sheaffer Legacy 2, we go again to Italy. So we are going back and forth to Italy sometimes, and we still have a lot more Italian pens. So this is, sorry, let me cap it again and show it to you. This is the Visconti Homo sapiens, beautiful pen. This is the Visconti Homo sapiens Bronze Age. This is the oversize, and it has the always safe ink, the Parker Quink Black. It has a fine palladium nib, and this pen is really beautiful and writes really well. And okay, I got the focus there. Beautiful. The history of this pen, you can see it because this was a trade that I made with a friend from Brazil. Now, we move from Italy to the other side of the world, to Japan, and this is the Pilot Elite. This is a pen that I had unused in a little drawer where I have some pens, and it was not being used for around 8 months. And I know that because I used it the last time when I went to a pen meet here in Lisbon, and I took this pen, and another friend put inside a little bit of Kompeki ink, the Hiroshizuku, and just for me to try, and I tried the pen, and I got home and I forgot it had ink inside, and I stored it away. And yesterday I picked the pen off the little drawer, and it wrote immediately. So perfect seal with this pen. I never thought again that this pen was inked. This is a beautiful pen, beautiful nib, lovely pocket pen with lots of style. I really like it. And so this is the Pilot Elite 95S. In the United States it's called only Pilot E95S, not Elite, with Pilot Hiroshizuku Konpeki. And this pen has a lovely fine wet nib, or wet fine nib, I don't know which is the correct order. And now we'll keep with Pilot, and we have this Also a pilot. This is a pilot costume. It has the same kind of nib, but this one is made with white gold. And it has these nice stripes. So this is the pilot costume. I call it black stripes. I don't know the name of the finish. With pilot Hiroshizuku Yamabudo. And this pen has a very good medium nib, so also a very good pen. And where were we before we got into Japan? Italy, that's right. And so we'll get back to Italy. And let's go to a brand that I'm really enjoying more and more. And this pen maker is called the Leonardo Officina Italiana. And the first one that I'm going to show you is this Momento Zero. And this is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero. The finish is called Pietra Marina, and this ink is wonderful. It has lots of sheen and shading and all that. With the diamine ink vent calendar, and this is the Jack Frost, and it has a medium nib, and this one has lots of sheen and all that. Let me try to show it. I don't know if you can really see it, but believe me, it has. Or you can check the review of this ink that I made some time ago. And now, from this Leonardo Officina Italiana, we will keep on that brand. And this is the Leonardo. Let me show it to you. This is the model Furore, which has this more typical cigar shape that we are used in many fountain pens. Leonardo Officina Italiana Furore Passion Red with Leonardo Purple. And this one also has a medium nib. Very, very good. And now, one of my favorite pens. I have here maybe 5 of my favorite pens ever. One of them is this, and this is the Leonardo. Let me show it closer. This is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande. Grande, dark Hawaii with Leonardo Turquoise Hawaii with a fine nib. And this pen is beautiful, big size, writes wonderfully. And we'll move to another Leonardo. This one I received quite recently from them, and it is the, I picked the wrong pen, sorry. Let's go to another Momento Zero. This is a modern one from this year. It has beautiful color, as you may see, and this is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero, and the color is called Iride with, it's also called blue-green, with, and now this is a problem, the ink 28 from Ackerman. And the color of this, I don't know if I can say it, I saw that there is on YouTube someone saying the names of the inks with the correct pronunciation, but it's hard. Of Quartier Con with an F nib. And we are reaching the end, and we go to another Leonardo. And this is a beautiful one that I got in March. This is the Messenger. This is the Leonardo Officina Italiana Messenger. These big names sometimes are annoying because it takes a lot of time and room to write, but at some time it's nice because I get to write with the pen, so I really enjoy it with an ink that is very well known, Waterman South Seas Blue, and this is the name that I have on my ink bottle because it's it is of the older model. They had older names. Now they have different names but the same inks. And so this is the Leonardo, and then we'll go to the final pen, which is this big one. This is a Montblanc. Montblanc 149 with the diamine Inkvent calendar. The color is Season's Greetings. Okay, and about the nib. This nib, as far as I know, it is an architect nib. And why do I say that? Because the vertical lines are quite fine and the horizontal lines are very thick. So I think this may be the most exciting nib in the pens that I showed you today, but not really for my taste. This is not my favorite pen at all because I don't love this kind of nib, but I guess some of you may like it, and I don't know if you can see it. It really has like a flat surface there that writes this cursive way. So these were the pens that I had to show you today. Many pens, 36 pens, one more than last month, and I thought last month it were too many. Now I'm at home and I have to confess that it is more difficult to resist to the temptation of inking up more pens because we can use them all the time. Although this is not quite fair because I use fountain pens all the time when I'm at work. Now I'm working from home and I'm using all these pens also just because I like it and it gives me much pleasure. So I have the temptation to start inking them all. So I hope you liked the video. This was too long, I know, but maybe if you're crazy about fountain pens, you enjoy to see just pens writing with a very mixed collection. This is not the most obvious one. I don't really know. I don't even know what is my focus as a collector. I just have a bunch of pens, and this is a real crazy mix. We have vintage, modern, cheap, expensive, everything. So I hope you liked it. Please leave me some comments below. I tried to improve the lighting for this video because I had some suggestions on last month that this was a little bit too dark. I tried to improve the lighting. I have the umbrella on that side and I have another light right above. And I would like you to tell me what you think about this. If you want these, have any suggestion, please let me know. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope you will stay safe for this challenging month of April in terms of public health. And please be safe and follow the instructions of your health authorities to keep us all safe. This is all for today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.